Right, so it's still News 360, but time for us to do the latest in business with me, Nana Ikuasari. Now, I have some good news for both consumers and traders of grass cutter meat, as well as the BDC is not giving us any timelines with regards to the diesel shortage. Let's quickly go for the detail now, and grass cutter farmers can now heave a sigh of relief. Why? Chairman of the National Social Mobilization and Risk Communication Committee on Ebola, Dr. Bashiru Kikimoto, says it is safe to consume grass cutter meat, but cautions that people avoid the consumption of all other bushmeat known to likely carry the virus.
Patronage of grass cutter has seen a heavy decline since the outbreak of Ebola in West Africa, but Chairman of the National Social Mobilization and Risk Communication Committee on Ebola, Dr. Bashiru Kikimoto, says the Ghanaian delicacy has not been identified as a potential carrier of the virus.
I would say that grass cutter meat is fine. Ghanaians can patronize grass cutter meat because it's not one of the animals proven by literature to be a reservoir of the Ebola virus. Because people don't separate the bushmeat types, they only say bushmeat. So once Akrantie falls part of bushmeat, rabbits and all those rats, all these one, people will consider them as part of the meat that we should not eat.
He, however, warns against the consumption of others that may carry the virus.
This is a disease that if all preventive and control measures are taken properly in accordance with the WHO or World Health Organization rules and regulations and guidelines, within 3 to 6 months we should be able to control that disease in case there's an outbreak. So the best thing is if we can avoid all this cooking of all these bats and the monkeys and all those that are known in literature to be reservoirs of Ebola, we may be able to control it or prevent it.
Well, so you can go ahead and enjoy your favorite Akrantie Kwai and fufu, but with caution. Now, Ghana is likely to lose some $2 million on vegetable exports following an embargo on the exportation of vegetable products from Ghana to the European market. Head of Marketing and Promotion at the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority, Alexander Dajawa, says this action will affect export targets for the year, but will also contribute to regulating the sector better. The ban, which spans for the next 3 months, is to ensure that vegetables from Ghana are devoid of harmful organisms in order to meet EU market standards. Ghana is likely to lose some $2 million of vegetable exports with the ban.
Bear in mind that we are already half into the year, which means that we have done some exports of vegetables already before the temporary ban is coming. So the temporary ban between now and December is what we are going to focus on, which means that if we look at it critically, out of the $2 million, we may have already have done maybe $1 million worth. So the other $1 million is what the contention will be moving towards the end of the year.
Despite this, Alexander Dajawa says the measure adopted by the Agric Ministry is in the right direction to win back confidence in vegetable exports.
It's an agronomic issue, and Food and Agriculture, being the parent institution or ministry that takes care of this, would have to look at it and find a way of eliminating them. And this would only contribute to, putting confidence in the market that Ghana is about to take some actions that will resolve the issue.
And still following, giving you more updates on the developing story regarding the shortage of diesel at pump stations. Well, bulk oil distribution companies, that is the BDC, say they cannot tell when supply of petroleum products will normalize. According to the chief executive of a chamber of bulk oil distribution companies, Senyo Hosi, negotiations are still ongoing among the government, commercial banks and the BDCs.
Some parts of the country have been hit by diesel shortage for the past 1 week. The shortage of petroleum products got worse after fishermen at Jamestown also complained about the shortage of premix on Sunday, August 17. The bulk oil distribution companies attributed the shortage to the refusal of commercial banks to issue letters of credit to pre-finance the importation of premix fuel and other petroleum products. The chief executive of the Chamber of the Bulk Oil Distribution Companies, Senyo Hosi, could not tell when supply of the products would normalize. He hinted, however, that negotiations are still ongoing.
No, you can't hold the whole country to ransom, but the good news I have today is that they are beginning to cooperate. So we just hope and pray that cooperation will be absolute and we can make some progress.
Senyo Hosi said the issue has got to do with liquidity crisis.
We have a liquidity crisis. We are unable to raise enough funding to sustain our business. And it's not just on the CD side, it's equally on the dollar side. There's an aspect that has to do with government. There's also an aspect that has to do with our customers. We are out there trying to get our money from everybody.
The BDC Chamber CEO, however, denied reports of the importation of inferior petroleum products.
The standards that are set in this country is not allowed to go to the market. No product. Other than that, I think we should close down the MP. We should close down the toll lab itself. Because the toll lab is the primary lab for testing almost every single product. The BDC business, if taken out today, will bring this economy down. It's our business that has sustained supplies for a good while now.
Barely 2 months ago, the country was plunged into petroleum shortage. This was as a result of a 1.8 billion cedi debt owed the BDCs. Out of the amount, government paid 450 million Ghana cedis. This was to pay for subsidies absorbed from 2011 to 2014.
Well, so there's more to come with that developing story. Now, talking about customer benefits, 2 DSTV and GoTV dealers have won brand new Tata Ace vans for being outstanding. Other dealers also won various awards, which included digital television sets, desktop computers, phones, and other awards for outstanding performance.
Over 40 dealers were awarded for outstanding sales performance and customer service. DSTV and GoTV dealers were awarded for best direct sales in the northern and southern sectors of Ghana. 20 top national best dealers were also awarded for meeting set targets.
We now have over 2,500 points with a lot of dealers. Now these dealers provide almost the same service that you will get in a few branches that we have. These are the people who actually make our business happen. They're the people who the customers see who are next door to them down their streets, and they have helped to build the business. And we think it's just right to recognize the efforts that they've put in.
The chairman of the board of directors of DSTV and GoTV, Richard Dakun, said the company is collaborating with authorities to curb counterfeit products.
You can log on to tv3network.com for more news. That will do for business tonight with me, Nana Ikwasa.